What's up guys, and welcome to Void of This Gaming, your channel for fresh Arena of Valor content. Today I've got something special, the complete domination of ZEPHYS in the jungle. I played a ranked match with one of my mates and it is incredibly good. And without further ado, let's hop just right into the build and I'm gonna show you what I played during this ranked match. Equipment wise, I'm going with Leviathan, and the rest of it is basically damage with the Gilded Grease included. I was unsure if the build would work because it is not really that tanky anymore, but I figured out that might be the way to play ZEPHYS nowadays because his passive is proccing some armor stats, and by doing so I just hoped that this was going to work out, and spoiler, it did. Arcana wise, I went on with full damage. So as you can see, we've got normal attacks plus 45, armor pierce plus 100, and movement speed plus 10%. That comes from 10 times onslaught, 10 times assassinate, and 10 times cure. Of course, all arcana are level 3. Enchantment wise, I'm going with a full stack of Lockheim. We've got Devour, we've got Deadly Claw, and we've got Curse of the Death. And then I'm going with Enhanced Restore and Gunslinger to improve my stats a little bit. So this is the build. Let's see how it turns out because that is the stuff that you guys are all interested in. So let's start the gameplay. Alright, so from a first attempt, what I always like to do is check out the team composition. So we've got Grug and Nabil. I would say decent matchup. Nabil is pretty strong. Grug is still able to do a lot of things. We've got Diochan in the middle. I wouldn't rank her as a crazy mage nowadays, but she still has her moments. And we've got Arduin, a really strong tank on the solo lane. Opposing to my team, we've got Lane. He can be a hyper carry if he manages to just go through the early game stage. We've got Natalia, who is still able to deal out crazy amounts of damage. We've got Aram and Thane both as supports, and we've got Zill in the jungle. So the enemy setup is basically two tanks. They don't have an AD carry, and that might just be one of the core values of the enemy team, and that might just lead to the score that you're going to see after all. But always take in mind that the problem will be in the late game that Thane and Aram can be in the front line, and Natalia has the damage to deal horrific amounts of stuff to our front line, mid line, whatever, when they are able to make it work. So it still looks a little bit crazy, but all in all, it is actually working if they manage to pull it off. So I wasn't too happy about the setup, even if my teammates were like, well, this is so winnable, it's so easy, it's going to be crazy and stuff like that. I was like, well, let's see if that is going to be the case. So we are going to dive in completely. I think Thane misplayed it a little bit, and telling you from the first encounter, we did a really good job on that team fight. I thought that I was about to die, but we managed to make it work, and now we are sitting on a 3 versus 1. So pretty kickstart here. I've got 1 kill and 2 assists, and we got the Abyssal Dragon. So what more are you asking for from that game? It is going to be crazy if we can continue to do so. And right now I'm about to build my boots using my ultimate here to kind of close the gap, and unfortunately Elaine just caught me off the right foot, or on the wrong foot. Expressions in English, it's crazy. But Diochan just solves the problem, and now they have to fight against Zill, and I don't think that this is going to be much of an issue. And as you can see, Arduin gets another kill, so we're sitting on a really nice 5-2. After 3 minutes, well, a lot of stuff was going on. Enemy was already invading, and now we need to get a little bit of rest into this game, sort ourselves out, see where are options, what is available, and then we can start to fight. So I was with, like, I'm in the team with Arduin. And that was a free kill. Obviously, Elaine was just overexposing so much, and he was staying so long that this was basically just... It was like stealing candy from a child. I can't put it in any other way. And yes, a lot of stuff is going on at the top. And sometimes I wonder, especially in team fights like that, like we are in Platinum right now. This is Platinum 2. So we might have Platinum players and Diamond players all along. I was really wondering how, like, what is going on the top lane? Why would you fight something like that? Why would you overexpose like that? Like, this is complete overextending. And we do get kills for this. And the 6 or the 5-2 is now with 6-4. And it is just because people were so greedy and it was so meaningless that they went on and fight it. And you will see that this is going to transfer into some kind of mood, because now the AD carry is already thinking like, okay, well, my team is not really supporting me, and he's going to show that later on in the game, because he's going to tell us, well, this is not the way that I want to play it. And of course that will have an impact on the way he plays the game. And I think it's always a shame. Like, why are you overextending so much? We can't help you. Like, even if I would commit and go into that kind of scene, it's still nuts. Like, we would all die. So many people would die just instead of one. And you're blaming the team for that. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to help you in this kind of way. And this is exactly what happens again on top lane. We've got Natalia defeating the tower with Thane. Why do you want to approach this? Look for an open window on some other path and everything is going to be fine. Now Aram is up there. Of course, someone is defeating Diochan because she doesn't have the armor. And now I'm trying to fight against Elaine, and of course I can't do it. But the good thing is we have killed him. So we've got triple kill Natalia right now. Feeding Natalia isn't always, or basically it's never ever in any case a good idea to do so, because Natalia has the damage output to wreck enemy teams in total, and she's now sitting on a 4-1. Like, that's the best score that we've got on the leaderboard right now. So my mission was to go into the jungle and get some jungle creeps to boost my gold income, and then try to figure out what fights I can take, support my team in the best way possible, try to fight or compete with objectives such as the Abyssal Dragon or, for example, the Spirit Sentinel, and just be there whenever my team needs me, but not neglecting my jungle at all, because this is basically what's going to improve my jungle item. Like, if I'm waiting and things are not turning out the way I want them to, the overall outcome is that my jungle item is full at the end of the jungle runs. This is like the most important thing that I need to pay attention to. And of course fight the team fights that are there. So this is kind of like the stuff that you are always kind of having in your mind as a jungler. So is it, should I farm or should I gank? And as you can see, the top lane completely inted in, got defeated by Natalia, and Lavilla's like, ZEPHYS! And I was like, dude, are you insane? Like, what was I supposed to do here? And she can just kill me. Unfortunately, she did. I don't know how it worked, because that little explosion was a little bit too crazy. And she's like, easy. And I'm like, F you. I'm going to teach you a lesson. At this point, I was like, I'm going to teach you a lesson. This is not the way we want to play the game. The game score should not be 13-14. We should win this with ease. And that was where my motivation came from. And now we are going to deal with things properly. So we've got Arduin on the solo lane. We've got Zill, who's basically just retreating. We've got a lane in there, and I was like, well, I need red buff first so that I can deal more damage on basically like close engagements. And we've got both in there. First kill, second kill, okay, double kill. So this is how you're gonna make things work. And what comes in handy is the passive from ZEPHYS, where you get more armor the less life you've got. It's really scary how good this trait is, because it's going to help you in team fights where you have been thinking, okay, I'm already dead. I can just go back to the loading screen or the grayscale, and we're not going to kill anything. Instead, we just killed another 2 people, and now Natalia is about to, okay, I'm going to kill you, and I'm like, well, maybe not. I'm just going away, and then I'm going back into the jungle to get more jungle stacks, and that's what happened. So I was really lucky in that sequence. Unfortunately, it didn't work out in a no-kill scenario, but we're still doing good, because now we turned the tide to 18 versus 17. I've got 7 kills already, and I'm going to continue this, I promise. I was really frustrated by Natalia telling me this game is easy. I'm like, well, I'm going to teach you a lesson, and I don't know what Laville does right now. I think he basically threw the game. He was like, well, I'm going AFK. No, well, that will get me penalties and stuff like that, so let's just play in the worst possible way. And I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to disrupt the towers. I'm going to kill the minions. I'm going to get into the objectives, and I'm going to make it work. So I knew that Thane was about to hit me. I saw Aram, I saw Natalia, so I'm trying to sidestep him and use all of my abilities to just basically escape. That was the basic idea behind this. I was using all my abilities here, and it worked. It kind of worked. Unfortunately, Diochan got a lot of damage, but look at that. I've got some life. Now we're dealing with Elaine. Now we're dealing with Thane, and we do get another 2 kills while we were basically dead. From the green points of my health bar, I was basically dead, but I scored a double kill. Why did I do this, or how was this able to work out in this kind of way? Because I stood still when I was activating my second ability. You always need to stand still, because then you will get the most benefit out of this. It took me quite a while to type in easy, because the keyboard is still locked in German, but it was such a pleasure to tell Natalia, I don't have a problem. You will have a problem. This is how we are going to play that game, because now it's 22 versus 20, and we are going to make it even worse, because we will kill you more often. Meanwhile, damage of Elaine is just insane. This ult has just hit me for half of my health. But we are going to stay here, and we're going to contest the tower, and we will wait until we can get chances to jump in and wreck the enemy's day. Diochan is trying to get some crowd control stuff upon them. I think it was a good idea to do so. We do get this minion. That's a nice thing. And now we need to help Arduin, but I was just thinking, like, this is just too much damage, and his health was just too low. Great thing that Diochan still got 1 kill. I was really surprised that it was possible to do so. And now we've got Zil, we've got Grak, and we've got Natalia, and now we don't have Natalia anymore. The ult doesn't matter. I simply don't care. Look at the damage that he dealt. It was just not sufficient in any kind of way. And yes, I need to get that triple, so I went for the triple. I'm not caring about the tower shots, because I knew that the tower could not kill me. And right now we are sitting on 12 kills total. So we completely turned the tide from enemies being there, harassing us, making fun of us, to look at that score, and we're going to beat you guys alive. Like, we're going to eat you. And this was what I was thinking about, and unfortunately my team had not the brightest moments, because I think that Elaine kill could have just been avoided. And Gruk sitting here, what are you doing? Like, what is your mission? And I was like, why am I even moving towards this catastrophe? It's not going to work. I need to get more stacks, and this is what I'm going to do. So I went straight back into the jungle and got my 28th kill, my 28th stacks. Now we are sitting on 29, and I just need one single stack to have my jungle item maxed. So this was the idea that I was about to do, and now look at that. I found it risky to take Darkslayer right now, just because I had the feeling that the enemies would move towards us, but it turns out that I don't know what they did. Like, they just went away, they went back to the base or recalled to get more life or something like that, but we got Abyssal Dragon. And now we're clumping up in the middle. Not the brightest moment, I guess, because there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to get in, and I'm going to deal damage, and now we've got 5 enemies here, and we've got Arduin in there, and we're going to get a kill here, and I'm going to be revived, and I try to get another ult in, and now I'm legendary, and now we are going to be shut down. Well, fair enough. You cannot always turn it the way that you want it, but the good thing is we've got Gruk in there, we've got Diochan in there, and they make a really short life happening for this lane. There we go. Like, it is workable. Unfortunately, of course, because she's got Iron Body, she can't be hooked. 14 kills on Natalia. That's crazy. This champion is just so good. She's got little to no movement. Like, she's got no movement at all. But she has a damage output which is just insane. Like, the damage output of Natalia is, I think, not matched by any other hero. And she did a good job on that. Like, her game was pretty clean. Wait a second. Need to fuel my voice. And I was just thinking, like, okay, right now I need red buff. This is the stuff that I need, because then I can deal more damage. And I just saw that Fenris is all still missing. It's like the last item that we need to get in the build. About still 1,500 gold are missing to complete the item. But I said to myself, okay, let's just try to get Zil first. Like, Zil was the guy to go for. Unfortunately, I did not interrupt the ult, so I ulted in. But look at the ult countdown. It's just crazy. It's just like 10 seconds and you are in ult state again. That makes ZEPHYS so good. And the ult is so powerful because you got a knock up. You can just stop enemies in their tracks because you're going to ult. I had the feeling that they were about to do Abyssal Dragon, and I was completely right. Unfortunately, they have now killed Abyssal Dragon. I wanted to contest the Dark Blessing, but Thane contested it. Really good job on that. Like, he did a really, really solid counter here, but unfortunately Greg was there. I got some gold back, and now we've got a dead Zil. 14 kills for me right now, so we are on par with Natalia, and now it's basically just our part to make that work and to work the health away from both of these guys. I'm going to sidestep here a little bit, and then I'm going to use all of my abilities to get away, because we have seen that Natalia entered the contest, and she is not someone that we want to fight on this level of health. Like, it's not going to work. It's just, you will die instantly. That's the case. And with 14 kills, we are the hyper carry right now, and we want to carry this game. So I sometimes have to abandon my team if my health is too low, because I'm not going to be beneficial in any sort of way. Bright moment for Leville. I wonder that he has still been playing this game, because at sometimes in the game he seemed to be quite frustrated. And I said it might just be a good option to take Darkslayer again as he's up. Thane is down, Aram is on the way back to the base, and we've got another Abyssal, another Darkslayer / Dragon spawn to contest the enemy's base. Got some gold here, which is actually quite nice because we are close to finish Fenris, which will give us a huge damage buff. And, well, the enemies are just dying. And I'm revived. It was like, well, guess what, suckers? I'm back in the game. And we've got another shutdown. And I think we got another kill. Yeah, we got another kill on that. 15 kills right now. We're completely wrecking them. 19 minutes played and 3 of the enemies are down, which means that we can try to attempt to take down the last tower. And then it's just us against the core. Taking down Natalia. Trying to take down Thane here. We do get a shield from, I guess, it was Arduin's support item. Taking another one from the tower. Like, I'm basically dead. Now I said, like, okay, well, this is not gonna happen. I'm going back into the jungle and I'm trying to get some life back from stealing life from the jungle creeps. And I was like, well, I'm going to recall. This is no use. We've got Fenris right now. 20 something minutes played, and now we need to get back into the game. And because I have used the Blade of Eternity already twice, I said, okay, it might be helpful if I'm going to get Medallion of Troy just to prevent some incoming damage from Natalia, because we got this little tiny shield and we do get some magic resistance. So this was the plan, because I went to skip this item. So Zill is trying to do some damage. Look at the little damage that he does. It's just not even funny anymore. And stuff is gonna happen. Laville gets another kill. We are sitting on 14 kills right now. 16 kills right now, I'm sorry. And now this is basically the last attempt. Like, if we're not gonna make it, the game will going to be super long and we don't want to have it. And she is just popping like a ripe watermelon. I'm going to stay a little bit back. And I'm using all of my abilities, and I'm going to get kill 17, I'm going to get kill 19, and now I'm going to get kill 20. And this was a double kill. My team did a superb job, triple kill, did a superb job on making a clear path towards the core. As you can see, we have some support, we've got some backup from the minions, and now we just need to damage the core, and this is about it. Thane is going to come back, but he will not be respawned in any time soon. And this was the game. I mean, it took quite long, but ZEPHYS did an incredible role, or he had an incredible impact on that game. 20 kills is not something that you pull off lightly, especially against 2 tanks, but his passive to gain armor when he's losing health was really helping. And I do get the gold medal warrior. I do get the gold medal for the warrior in this fight. 14.9 with 2411, 15,000 gold. And I think it's just insane how good this game went, and I wanted to share it with you. So tell me what you think about it. If you like the game, if you like this kind of content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, because it's really going to help out this channel. I'm trying my hardest to make it work. And have a pleasant evening. It was a fun to have you here. Good night.